Hi, welcome to Cat Tarot and Paranormal. Thank you for coming back. If you already are subscribed, if you're new here, please subscribe. I'm going to make a real quick disclaimer. This is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I'm going to be reading on those floating pyramids that are showing up over various government facilities and military facilities and over nuclear sites. And so that's about all. I will put a timestamp for once the read actually gets going, because it can take me a while to go and I'm not good at editing. But also, I wanted to say I have a friend, my friend Frank Orlando Salinas is going to help me turn this place into an actual filming studio. It's actually supposed to be a recording studio. So if anybody has any ideas, I could show you the place. It's just basically like I could do it real quickly. Hopefully I won't lose this angle. But this is the room. It looks bigger on camera than it actually is. I'm gonna move that. But I'm trying to figure out how to make this a full filming area and still be able to keep a recording studio in here once I have my recording stuff. So this is the room. Over there, this bathroom back there, and there's my mannequin. My Poshmark mannequin. Can you see her? There she is. You can only see her legs, but that's her. So yeah, I'm not the best camera person. So, but anyway, thank you for coming back. And yeah, it's kind of complicated because I like to be able to move. It's easier to film when you're sitting down. So we're gonna try to figure out if I need to get a gimbal, or I don't know if you can use a gimbal for tarot cards because you got to be able to see the face and the cards. So we'll see. Archangel Michael, spirit guides, please protect this house. God protects me. Jesus, God, my angels, spirit guides, please protect this house. Please give me honest information as to the pyramids that are showing up over various government facilities. The pyramid, the floating spacecraft, are those alien? I feel like those are alien for sure, but I think they've been here a long time. We just haven't been paying attention to them. And I'm kind of wondering what species it is, because Archangel Michael, spirit guides, please protect this house. Please give me information. Let me channel information on anything about these floating pyramids that have been showing up. And I know there's a lot of other people out there talking about this, but I kind of feel like we're about to move into another realm, or enlightened period. I don't feel personally that they're bad or dangerous. You know, if you look at if you were to look just primarily at the fact that they're showing up in places where there's nuclear facilities, that right there says to me they're probably trying to prevent a disaster. And if you look how the government has been in this world monopoly with the vaccine and everything, whatever your opinion on that is, your opinion. Kind of makes me think they know something's going to happen. And some of us have been changing over the past couple of years, gotten more spiritual and stuff. So, some of us have come into our intuition and things like that more. So I think there is something to do with like the dawning of a new era coming. So if you believe yourself to be a starseed or something, there are times I'm starting to believe that myself, because I've known so many experiencers during my life. Like, I can't. Yeah, they know something bad's gonna happen. the way I see this, and I rarely read anyway, but intuitively, because I just don't, first of all, I just don't have the best memory for the cards. It doesn't matter how long I have them, but, yeah, I think that the planet has to do a lot with the destruction of humanity and the planet. That's why they're here. They're trying to prevent a disaster. So, I have in the past, this is the planet Earth. Really, this very beautiful, there's the moon out there. Everything's the water, the ships on the water, everything was pristine and clean, right? And so we're about, in current times, I think they're heading off some sort of a disaster. So we have this during the present time, and it's not always a bad card, but I think like the reason that I'm getting a reason as to why they're here, like this would be the future of humanity. And there are times where I feel like, honestly, oh wait, there's a card under there. Okay, here we go. We could go in two directions. And this was underneath that card. We could go in two directions. Honestly, like I feel, especially living in the United States, that there is some sort of, I don't want to call it a conspiracy, but how many people feel like slaves, as far as going to work and everything? Like, do you like get up every day voluntarily, happily going to work because you're getting paid fairly, you're being properly, you know, getting a raise when you deserve it, you're getting promoted when you deserve it, you can take a break when you need it, you know. I sometimes think that the process of us just constantly pushing money, 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 money is right there something that's really destructive, because if you keep having to sell something, you keep having to make something, and if you keep having to make something, you got to tear something down, and so it's just a vicious cycle. But this is definitely, they gave us a pure, beautiful planet. There's going to be some stuff happening that they know about, some bad stuff, and the future of humanity isn't good if there's not some sort of intervention, which is, I think a lot of us feel that way, but that's just how the cards came out. And one day when I have a better set, I'll be able to show things better, but I'm really just kind of handicapped in that area and editing and all that. So I do think that that is the purpose of those pyramid guys, whoever's in there. Who's in these ships? Who's in these ships? Is there something called a Mycon? A Mycon? I don't know. Dust bunnies in my studio. Yeah, I cleansed the heck out of the house today, so. Oh, my Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius read, it turned out to be very over Libra-ized, but that, so I did a bonus read for Gemini and Aquarius, but in that read, just a couple minutes in, there's an orb comes in, and my intuitive friend came to me at work and told me that she watched it and that orb went into me. But the good thing is I do spiritual cleaning before I start the house. Before I start this is the active area of the house. That's why I read here. So like figuring out the film set around this active room. This room has always been really active. This used to be my bedroom, so. And I once had a friend staying over, and he said that like he could hear something in my bathroom playing with my makeup brushes. That was years and years and years ago. But like these doors would open on their own sometimes. Like they would open, like I had a dog staying here with me for a couple years, and whenever he wanted to go to the bathroom, the doors would literally just open themselves. So, Archangel Michael, Spirit Guides, can I please have some idea as to more information on those pyramids? This sort of thing is not easy. But that came out really clear, like, and that's what I would have thought anyway, is it came out very clear. They gave us a beautiful earth. It's stuff's about to happen, bad stuff's about to happen. They know the future of humanity is definitely not good. They're trying to prevent distress, and we could go one way or the other right now, and they're trying to push us in the right direction. So we're just like right on the brink of just major disaster, or you know, with all the fascist stuff going on. Even though the Orange Man isn't in office anymore, that doesn't mean it's over, because dark forces don't die, and they're very, very dark forces we have in our country right now. Even with the new administration, like there's still stuff, I feel like there's still really serious stuff going on down by the border. This is like not, okay. So I have read on this before. I don't remember what I had last time. I think I've read on this before. I don't remember if I put it up or not. So if it's there, if you anybody wants to watch it. Anybody on here right now? I want to see if anyone's on the spirit box. Let's see. It sounded like let's see. That I want to know who's in those spaceships. Who's in there? And I'm still getting that thing again where I would like think that they're like these big spheres, these big round spheres, and that have like, I don't know where they are. We may even think they're stars or planets, but they're these big spheres that have, I don't know why every time, last time when I read on this, I got the same thing. Like, so it's a big sphere with an environment inside of it, like everything that you need to stay alive inside a sphere. It almost sounds like the hollow earth theory. It's like there's something inside of, but it's like a big metal sphere. Like I literally see like a sphere that almost looks like metal that's hammered together, but I assume they don't need hammers. But anyway, like it's like a big round thing, and it has an environment inside of it, like literally, so you could grow food, plants, and it's got like the perfect temperature. You can go swimming, you can eat. It's like kind of like almost like being on vacation. It's like a really nice environment. And I don't know why that always comes up when I tried to read on this before, I got that too. Is there anyone out there who has information on who is in the pyramids that have been hovering over various government organizations, those gigantic pyramids? Who's in those? Okay, that was something, if you got earphones and want to figure it out, let me know. Who's here with me right now? So I would like to know the name of the species that is running that pyramid. Is there somebody in that pyramid, or is it like a robot or some kind of device that's sent from somewhere else, you know? What is going on with that pyramid? What is going on with that pyramid? If there are any spirits here or other beings that can communicate through the box, I would like it, if you have any information, please tell us. Do you have any information on the pyramids that have been going over the government facilities? Do you have any information? I don't know. I don't feel they're from here. They're not from here. I don't know if any of this is going to make any sense. Sorry if this turns out to be a flop. I'm just trying to get in the habit of shooting more often. I had medical stuff going on. I'm finally getting better. I had surgery in August. August 4th I had surgery, and it's taken me all this time to get well, so there was like telling me I was gonna, the US, telling me I had brain infection, and I was gonna need all kinds of stuff, and then turns out everything's fine. So they scared the crap out of me, so. And my friends told me, don't get scared, doctors scare people all the time, so they were right. So nothing major, and I'm starting to feel better, so I'm just trying to make a habit of just shooting as frequently as I can. So I could do this for a job someday. So please hit like and subscribe. Sorry if this is moving a little slow. It's just not an easy thing to figure out on, but it's definitely something to do with the United States. So this has something to do with the United States. Oh my God, I'm burning up. This is Texas and I need air conditioning in the middle of December. It's ridiculous. It's hot as heck in here. So what do we have? Yeah, there's something going on with the United States. The United States is involved with these pyramids. And this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I am an intuitive, not a psychic. Which is kind of like being psychic, but I'm not going to call myself psychic because I don't know everything. Well, I'm getting Anunnaki from this, but I don't know, like, why would the U.S. government have anything to do with the Anunnaki? The U.S. government has something to do with this, even though they're acting like they don't have anything to do with it. And they've known about this for a long time, but as we all know, they always have, but those pyramids have something to do with the U.S. government. Alleged and for entertainment purposes only. This is alleged and for entertainment. Tinaki. But I got Anunnaki. How would the Anunnaki, anybody know anything about like how much, why am I thinking Anunnaki? There's like lots of other species. The U.S., they were called by the U.S. We were called by the U.S. We were called by the U.S. So why are they? Personally, they seem at times, at least the media seems to be trying to make it look scary. So it's interesting to me. These things might be a fear tactic that's going on right now. But U.S. actually, I think it's our government, and I'm probably not supposed to say that, so this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Okay, the aliens contacted the United States. And they're just not telling us that. So it's not like, it's not like our government called them to come here. They contacted the United States, and they're here. I think it's for a good reason, but for whatever reason, they're using scare tactics. So we called the United States. And actually, somehow, I feel like that the manufacturing of whatever this thing is actually something part of, and it has something to do with the U.S. government. So I don't know why, what's with the fear tactics. That's what's concerning me, like. I have had a feeling that at some point in history, I hope it's not too far from now, because actually, I'm a freak and I would love this. Everybody else would probably be, a lot of people would probably be scared I would love this. But I have had the feeling in the past that I hope not too much longer until we are living here with a more advanced species who makes things better for us, and they will literally be walking around with us on the planet together. I feel like the Anunnaki called the U.S. government. We called the U.S. government because the future of humanity is at stake. And unfortunately, we seem to be pretty slow evolving as far as species go. I mean, just look at, if you were to look at spirituality, for instance, Jesus, Muhammad, all the people, all the saviors or whoever who've come to the planet were very loving and enlightened, and supposedly we're supposed to be learning from them, but have we really? Because look at the state of humanity now. I mean, and we've had 2,000 years since Jesus to fix things, and so, 2,000 years is a long time to still be like not not improved all that much, a little bit, but that's a very long time. You'd think like if Jesus came and said, you know, do unto others and feed the needy and all that, that's what we'd all be doing, but we're not. So I think there is a movement towards a kinder and better planet with humanity, but I think humanity may be like forced into some sort of improvement or upgrades or whatever. Some of us have been going through experiences where, say for instance, you know, we started getting more intuitive over the past couple of years, or more in touch with it. And I don't believe that humans are actually limited at all anymore. The reason we can't do all the intuitive stuff is because our brain isn't activated in those areas. And the reason our brain isn't activated in those areas is kind of like being a computer that was put on the planet by God or whoever made us, okay? And we were put on the planet, we were designed, put on the planet, and certain parts can be activated in a computer. But if a computer can like set off a nuclear bomb, you don't want that part of the computer to be activated. It's the same thing with the brain. If the brain is still very animal, you can't activate it. If we're still, if we haven't learned the spiritual lessons that were brought to us about peace and love and all that, then we can't really progress. We can't really evolve. We can't have access to all of our brains. So some of us have access to a little bit more of this than other people, and it's solely because, first of all, we believe in it, and second of all, we're trying to work on ourselves. I'm not saying any of us are perfect. I'm not, definitely not perfect at all. But that's why, if you think people cannot be intuitive or psychic, you're wrong. It just depends on where you are in your evolution as to how psychic you become. So it doesn't mean I'm further ahead than anyone else, but there's a difference between someone who is activated in those areas. And it's okay to be a logical person who thinks this stuff is ridiculous. So go ahead and insult me. I love it because it just helps get me views. I don't care. I don't know if there's a species called Jakti, but I got the word Jakti, and I don't know if that's a Hindu word or not that I'm picking up in my head, but Jakti. Jakti. Yeah, just for whatever reason, I think it's Anunnaki. I don't know much about Anunnaki. If anyone out there knows about Anunnaki, let me know. That's just what I'm getting from the read. Let's see if there's anybody out there. But hello, is there anybody out there? Okay, do you know, as far as the, you know, the pyramids that are over the government facilities, the big floating like UFO pyramids? And you know, it blows me away is that there are people that still don't believe in this stuff, even though they don't believe in intuitiveness. And like, there's literally like UFOs over the Pentagon or whatever, or whatever, over the spaceships. Government's talking about it, but still people aren't believing in things. So who is in those floating pyramids? Alright, so I don't know what that's saying. just have to listen to it later. Who is in the floating pyramids? Are there like living, is there like a physically, like a biological creature inside those pyramids? Is there like something physical like me, like I'm a biological being that lives and breathes and stuff? Is there a creature of some kind inside those pyramids? It sounded like there's nobody. So who's managing those pyramids? Nobody sees them. So nobody sees them. Okay, who owns those pyramids? Who do those pyramids belong to? I swear that sounded like God. Who do those pyramids belong to? What species made those pyramids that are floating? What species? Human. She just said human. So like, is this like a partnership between some other species and humans? Okay, is this a partnership between some other species and humans? Why are they pretending they don't know what these things are? Why is the government pretending they don't know what these things are? Who does okay, humans, if humans are involved in making these pyramids that are the floating pyramids, who helped them make the pyramids? So, like, okay, I have a question about God, because what we call God is God basically an alien type species that's more evolved than us? Like, not just some big man in the sky, but is God a very evolved human species? Like, Jesus was very, very wise and came here and told everybody to be loving and kind and all that. Is there a correlation between Jesus and these spaceships and God? I mean, is there something about to happen? Is there something important that's about to happen on this planet? Alright, I don't know what any of that is saying yet, so if anybody has headphones and wants to look, but that's what I got so far. It's a little lame. Sorry. I really did cleanse the space really well. But that feeling is I don't know what Jakti means, but think that's an Indian word. I feel like it is a U.S. project that was called on by someone other than humans, like a species outside. But the U.S. is involved with those pyramids, and they're partially made by us. But like they were built together with these aliens. They've known about it all along. They aren't telling us stuff, obviously. And it's real weird. I kind of feel like the ship is a feminine thing. So that's all I have so far, and the video is getting way too long. So thank you so much. If you're able to understand anything from the Spirit Box, let me know, or the Miracle Box app, let me know. Thank you. Love you. Bye. Have a good one.